everyone, it's Laura from Laura's Handcrafted Treats and Treasures. Welcome to or back to my channel. All right, so I'm gonna start a little series here. Before I get into that, I just want to take a minute to thank everyone who has come over to my channel and subscribed, and all of your beautiful comments and wonderful inspiration you give me, because you seem to be enjoying the things that I'm putting out, and that's really encouraging me to continue and to keep going. So I thank you for being here. I try to get to all the comments as the channel is growing. I'm able to maintain right now, but if I don't get to a comment, please don't be offended, because I really do try to get in there and respond and at least put a heart or something that I do appreciate you at least acknowledging what I've done. So going forward, I'm going to start a little series called Let's Make a Journal. This is going to be basically based around something we're doing at church. So we are doing a little Bible study devotion and journaling while we're doing that. And I have about 9 right now who are very excited about this. So I thought I would come on and do the same thing here. Now, your journal can be anything you want. It can be inspiration. It can be just, a weekly. You can do as many, I do about 6 to a signature for just a folded. And so we're going to make this super, super basic. And then it could be like, maybe I'm going to use this for the month. And maybe once a week or twice a week, I'm going to journal in it. I'm going to put a pocket, put a tag, and those are going to be the things that I'm showing you of what we're going to do. Now, your journal cover can be made out of anything, and this is just a very basic. This wouldn't be something I would use, if I'm going to sell. It's just a very basic, you don't have to have a lot of materials. I use digital papers and I use other things, but let's talk about the digitals. You don't have to have digital paper, but if you do, there's lots of creators out there who make wonderful paper. There's a lot of creators such as Create with Scrimping Mommy, who I am actually on, I designed for, and she has a Ko-fi shop. I've talked about this before, and once you are signed up, it's just a monthly fee, and then you have access to all of her digitals. And then once you get them downloaded, then you can access them anytime you want. And I have repeatedly used many of her digitals, not just for excuse me, the design team or design projects. I've used them in other projects. Okay, so here's just a few that I have right now. I think this one, I don't remember where all they came from, but I do have some of hers. And so these are just basic ones that I'm just going to show you how you can make a journal. In fact, this is one of hers. This is one of hers. This is one of hers. Let's flip it across the room. That one came out wonky. Okay, so you can use digitals, you can use calendars. So these were made from calendars, and a lot of times we sell calendars, my youth group at church, and so when they're done at the end of the year, a lot of people will say, hey, you need that calendar? Well, I will go through, and if there's one that I can get the image on this side without, with kind of keeping it the size I want, then I use that. And then all I do is take it, and I take all my scraps, and how we all save these scraps, and then I just paste them all on the inside, and then there we go. We have an awesome journal cover. You can use file folders. You can do the same thing, the same concept. As I did with this one, you can take, and your spine is all ready for you. Cut it down to the size that you want, and then you can start pasting different papers on it. It can be magazine papers. It can be scrapbook papers. Use a lightweight one. Don't use the cardstock. It could be wrapping paper. So anything that you can do to cover your album. This I have a lot of. I've talked about these before. Cut this down, and same thing. You can stamp. You can, like I just said, use all those different types of papers, and you can come up with a journal cover. Now from there, I'm actually just going to use basic papers that I have coffee dyed. I've coffee dyed. This is one that I do in the summertime. It's really fun, that I do with doilies. I have eco dyed, and I need to start using them because they're pretty and everything, but if you don't use them, what good are they? I put an envelope in there. This is another just coffee dyed. This one doesn't, oh yeah. So here, this one I used a salt technique, another just, I was trying something new, so I tried that, and it was on a 14 by 8.5, I think they are. Yeah, I think that's what they are. Anyway, I just thought, I don't want to cut that off. I want to make that a flip out. So, yeah, you can use any type of paper. You can just use copy paper. It can be white. You can use Kool-Aid to coffee, or to coffee, yeah. You can use Kool-Aid. You can use tea. And there's lots of videos on how to do that. I find it fun. I love to coffee dye. So anyway, we got that out of the way. And next, I'm just going to show you real quick what I'm going to do is I will go through each one of these, and I'm just going to put my score in first. You do not need a scoreboard for this. This is 11.5. You can just fold it if that's what you want to do. You can just fold it in half. I just have a scoreboard, so I am going to use my scoreboard. So this is 11, and I'm just going to score this at 5.5. I'm scoring it on the side that is going to be folded. You would think you would score it on this side, but if you can see, once you score it, you can kind of see that line. But when you score on the side that's going to be folded, it's just nice and smooth. So I would go through and do all of those. Once I'm done, I will go through and I will cut off all of my edges, and I will keep this exactly to the white part. Now, I do it this way. Many don't like to do it this way. You don't need a special tool. Go get your knife. Your utility knife. Be careful. I like to cut on this one just because I don't want to mess up my filming mat. And it is a self-healing mat, but I don't know, I just feel like I need to use this one. I got this for $5 from Dollar Tree, I don't know, 6 years ago, and this thing's fantastic. I think they have another one there because I seen it the other day. So anyway, I would just go through, and then I would take off all of my edges. Now, you can cut them. You can cut them as well and do it that way. It's fine. I would then go through and ink up all my edges. Okay, so I like to use the Vintage Photo. It is the most popular. I do have other ones I do incorporate every now and then, but you don't even need this. Go get yourself some shoe polish. Get yourself some face sponges. Hang on. Like these, and I found these, I got these on Amazon. These will last me forever. I have used these at Dollar Tree. I've used those. You can even use, these didn't work quite as well, but I was trying things out. I'm like, I'm going to see what works. So you can go get yourself some brown shoe polish, and then all you do is you just get like, I think you can dab it right from it, but you know how you have to squeeze that shoe polish down in order for it to come out? Just get yourself like a little plastic container or a leftover egg container and squeeze it down in there, and then use this to ink your edges. I do like my edges inked. So that's simple. So once I get all of that done, and if I'm working in, you know, an assembly line, I would do all of that first. Then I'm going to get my papers and I'm going to cut them. Now, on these particular ones, I cut this to match literally just folding your paper over. Now, that won't happen on these ones because by the time you cut that white edge off, you have paper sticking out. If that doesn't bother you, leave it like it is. It's fine. But if it does, this is how I cut my papers. What I would do first is I would get them all stacked up, and then I would take my ruler, and I'm not going to do it on this one because this is already ready to go for that one. And I just get it, see if I'm right here. Yep, I just get it. Like, I know that normally, wait a minute, turn it around. Let's turn it around. Normally, because we already folded this and 11 at 5.5, I want it short. It's going to be shorter, and I already know that for this type of cover, I have to trim this down at 5. So I just put my ruler there, and like I said, I'm not going to do it. And then I just start dragging my knife through. And this can be, you don't have to push hard, you don't have to get crazy, but just keep running that through, holding this tight. And the key is having a sharp utility knife as well. Then I would turn them, and I will do it with this one because I need to trim off the bottom or the top, whichever one, because I'm sticking out of the top or the bottom here. So on this one, it needs to be, and I like them fairly close. So this is just a smidge over 8. So I'm going to do the bottom of this at 8. Now, when you do these, get your papers all together. I just sort of kind of get them stuck in there real well. And then I'm going to lay this, and I know I'm going to cut at, what did I just say? Measure twice, cut once. Okay, so I am going to slice that at 8. Now, the reason I am doing it this way and not the other way, because when I pull that blade through, I want this edge to be catching them so they're not sliding. If I do it that way, I have a possibility of those sliding out the other end and getting wonky, and I don't want that. So I am going to show you very quickly. I just put a new blade in here, so it should be okay, although I did cut some cardboard. So then I'm just going to I'm just going to start going through. And I'm just not bothered by this sticking up. I'm going to hold this real tight, and I'm just going to keep slicing. I can feel it. I'm almost there. Boom. Done. Bam. And then you have your signature to sew on the inside. Okay, then what I did was I took, and this is not necessary either. You don't have to do this. I just have it, and I like my pages to look this way. So I took my We Are Memory Keepers Crocodile corner chomper, and then I have mine marked. This is my smaller end, because as you see, I've already done it here. And then what I do is sometimes I'll just take out a few at a time, but I don't want to get my mixture mixed up, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So I'll go through, and then I'll just start chomping some of them and put them right back where they belong. Now, once you get your layout the way you want it, you do not want to go back in and be like, oh, I think I liked this paper over here. Because what's going to happen is now it's just going to be uneven. Because see how now this is coming out, because that's every time you're putting something on this side, you're creating more, a different length on this side, if that makes sense. All right, so I'll get those back where they need to be when I'm done. All right, so we have the basics of creating a cover and creating your signature. This is called a signature. So I'm gonna end this video here. I want these to be really short. I'm hoping I made it within 15 minutes. And then the next time I come back, we're gonna sew a signature in, and you're gonna learn how to do that. So thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for your interest. Have a great day. Bye.